So I'm on my way out to meet one of the CPCC guys. So we're heading over to Heffron. Who shall not be named because he doesn't want to be in the video. Super windy, and I've put on a setting on my camera that supposedly counters the wind, so we'll find out if that works. We're heading over to Heffron. We're racing B grade. The guy from CPCC is going to show me how to corner down at Heffron and give me a few pointers early on, and hopefully we can secure the dub. First time at Heffron actually, and first time doing a crit, so it's going to be interesting. Spinning around with gates at 5 o'clock, so it's 4:51 now. Just got a bit of a CP lap to do and then I'll be over there. The plan for today is save my legs. I actually did two laps of chop this morning, which wasn't the smartest thing in the books. Inserting excuses already before the race. Tactics today is sit in a lot more, preserve my power, and sprint late, not early. Well, not late, but on time.
What is your name?
Last name's Man.
If you write down your name today, in that case,
Hey, brother.
give you a
Thank you.
blue pen.
We're getting a hand. 138.
Just remember that when he crosses the line first.
We hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
242.
Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit of a voiceover throughout this ride in spaces or segments through the ride and kind of narrate what happened and what I was thinking looking back on the footage. At the time, my mind was a bit all over the shop because I was putting in some hard efforts and wasn't really focused. So first few laps I sat on the front, which again wasn't too smart. It seemed like no one wanted to take a turn. The guy in the SEC jersey who you saw earlier did a little bit of an attack, and I didn't think anything of it because I thought, you know, we'll reel him back in. He's a solo. No one's going to be able to, he's not going to be able to hold that for the entirety of the ride. And then little did I know, three of the guys behind bridged the gap, and I wasn't really quick enough to react. I'd been on the front majority of it, so I was a bit cooked and didn't really have anything in me to bridge that gap and suck onto their wheels. Then these guys decide, you know, we need to bridge the gap and we got to close it down. If we work together, we can. And I agreed. We definitely needed to work together, but I'd been doing some big efforts on the front, so I almost lost the wheel of the guys here when they were trying to bridge the gap in front. And somehow I found a little bit of energy in myself. I don't know how, because 167 heart rate for me is really steaming. The guys used to all comment on my heart rate because it usually doesn't sit that high or get that high even. I mean, most max efforts on a climb, it'll be like 170, 173 is the max it gets. And usually when it's flat and I'm just putting out big watts, around 400 watts, 350 watts, it's only sitting around 150. So 168 here is really pushing for myself, 169 even. And at this point, the guys are all kind of losing hope. You can tell because they've lost the wheel in front of them, and now I have to bridge the gap to Simon here, and Simon's lost the wheel of the guy in front of him, and that guy in front of him was in the 4-man breakaway. see they're not too far away. The breakaway looks like we are closing the gap to them. And old mate had been sitting in for a while and decided he's going to do a little sneaky attack and not let the group know. Which wasn't really the most ideal thing in the world, because now I have to put out some serious watts to try and catch him, and 350 watts, not ideal in the small scheme of things. Anyway, old mate is trying to pull down the straight. There was a little bit of tailwind coming down here as well, so we are moving, and we get to a point and he kind of just run out of gas and gave a little elbow flick, even though we weren't really on his wheel. So again, I'm back on the front and putting in some efforts to try and close the gap on the breakaway. I mean, I think if we all worked and started rolling turns every 10 seconds or so, we probably could have closed the gap. But at this point, it was kind of a solo man thing, and I was the one chasing and having the guys jump on front for maybe 30 seconds or so. Boys did roll through a little bit here, and it gave me a chance to sit in and recover a little bit, but then I noticed they were slowing down, so I really had to get back to the front because I still wanted to try and chase this breakaway down. So back on the front again here, down the straight, and not really much of a recovery. I think I got about 30 seconds to a minute of sitting on someone's wheel, which was alright, but probably not enough to hold efforts to close down the group in front. Have one of the guys from the four-man breakaway at the very start. This is the SCC rider who actually started the first attack. He got dropped from the four-man breakaway and he sucked back onto my wheel when I came past. So I mean, it was showing that we were making ground, and I kind of chopped off with him for a while. It was myself and him basically doing turns to try and close down the group. We were both fighting for fourth position here. We're coming into the last lap here. In the last lap, I knew that I needed to do something. I couldn't sit on this guy's wheel. I could feel he was getting tired. He gives me a flick of the elbow. I knew he didn't have much left. I decided to ease off the gas a little bit, have a few words to him, just have a quick yarn, and then I decided if I want to win out of us two, I need to put in some power. So coming into the last lap, I'm going to let it run out a little bit and I'll talk just before the final sprint.
Привык к тому, что есть. Они не хотят ничего менять. Они поднимают лапки.
coming out of this corner, I knew we were on the final lap and I knew there was only a couple 100 meters to go. I'm trying to lose the guy behind me and drop him off my wheel, and he was fading, so then I decided to put out some serious watts. I didn't have any power to sprint because it was a bit far out, and I learned from my mistake last time, so just basically got into the hoods, sat aero, and started putting out some power. Still doing around 600 watts majority of the way down, and then we got across the line in 4th position, which I was pretty stoked with, to be honest.
Tell you what, that was fucking tough. Yeah, Tommy! That was spicy. Good fun though. I don't know how many people came. I mean, I don't know how many people from my group, but I think it was about 7. I came 4th. We did a breakaway of 3 men, and the breakaway just couldn't catch them. I did too much work at the front, and then had to sit in. I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if I got a new STP, to be honest. Whew. It's good fun though. Good workout. I feel like there was no teamwork in B. It was every man for themselves. And when the breakaway happened, no one chased. I tried to chase, but I can't catch 3 people by myself. This bloke behind me helped quite a bit. He got put in the 3-man breakaway, I think, and then fell off. Then we just kind of rolled turns. Thank you. Everyone's getting us some grub. Well deserved, mate. Look at him, get into it.
Fuck yeah.
Good, thank you. I'll get whatever's left.
Chicken,
That's lovely.
halloumi.
Yes, please. A bit of onion.
Onion?
Yeah, why not? The more calories, the better.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go. And there's drinks.
Thank you very much.
around the
How good. I just got home and I'm just checking my ride. It's just uploading. I think it looked like I averaged around 300 watts. It was pretty tough, to be honest. We had a 3-man breakaway, which I mentioned earlier, and pretty much just played catch or like chase the whole time. So chased for the entirety of the ride. The 3 people got dropped behind me. So then it was just me and basically one other guy who was in the breakaway but got dropped from the breakaway. So then he lashed onto my wheel and we were kind of doing turns, but I tried to drop him numerous times because I was like, I don't want to come 5th. So then at the very last bit, I went for it and I looked back and he was nowhere to be seen. So I just kept holding power till I crossed the line and then did like a cruisy lap just to finish off. It says 30 Ks, 300 average watts, and my normal was only 314. It wasn't too bad. Heart rate was quite high. Usually my heart rate does not sit around 160 average on the bike, so it means I was putting in some work. Want to do it again. I'm going to do a Saturday Heffron, hopefully work up to doing a Tuesday. I hope you enjoy the racing and I'll see you in the next vid.